I'm Denise from Cheval Artistic Restoration, and I'd like to show you how I took this vintage love seat and went from this to this. I'll go over my process and all the techniques I used to achieve this look. From the chalk painting to the transfers, the decoupage paper, and applying these gorgeous waxes. And go over some of the hand painting and how I achieve this seamless look with the decoupage paper for a unique, one-of-a-kind piece of art. So here I have already applied a white to the background, and I am applying my decoupage paper, and I'm applying it with Modge Podge fabric Modge Podge that I dilute a little bit with some water and mix it with regular Modge Podge. I like this combination. It gives it a rubbery kind of flexible feel, and I've been using this for the last few pieces and it's worked great for me. So here I've started painting in the background, and I'm using Dixie Belle's Caviar. And the background to this paper is like dark, and then I can put all of my colors on top of this base to match the decoupage paper, which my ultimate goal is to make this look like one seamless painting. And here I am using some acrylic paints and chalk paints together to blend this pattern in so it looks seamless, like this is one big picture. I used a lot of colors. Here again, I'm using Dixie Belle's black caviar, it's called Caviar chalk paint, and I am wetting this material down. I'm not soaking it, but wetting it down and applying the paint. I am not watering down the paint, but I am putting a little bit of water on my brush and on the material so I can spread this because I am dyeing essentially the fabric. So I'm not saturating it with paint and water, but enough. And I will give this a second coat. Now, after all that, the second coat has been put on of paint. I do the same process with spraying water and everything. And here I am sealing everything with wax, and I am using Annie Sloan's clear wax here. I will do this, buff it out, and then I will give it a second coat of wax to really seal in everything. And this also, and I work this in really well, and it gives the fabric a softer feel. Once this is all sealed and dried, this paint never comes off. It will not come off on your clothing or anything. I'm giving this a really good coat of wax. And after I do this, I will be able to now put the embellishing waxes on. I always put a clear wax finish on first before I add any of my mirror waxes from Miss Lillian's. I love them. They are just gorgeous, and oh my gosh, do they add the perfect little touch. And here they are in the shades of Burlesque and Blush. I'm pointing at Blush right now, and I faded it into the Burlesque. And these are so easy to apply. You can apply them with your finger. You can apply them with an artist's brush. And I think here I am applying it with my finger first. And a little bit goes a long way. So these waxes last. I mean, it just glides on so easily, and they are gorgeous. The metallic shine on these waxes, it is just gorgeous. I think I can pick it up a little bit on camera, but in person, oh my goodness. And here I am with an artist brush. Actually, I did go over these waxes twice, so I did 2 coats. And they blend so well. So I decided to add some trim details to this piece. I felt like it was just so beautiful. It needed to be jazzed up a little bit. So here I got 2 molds and I'm applying some cornstarch to the mold. So when I put my air dry clay into here, it will just pop out. And here I am putting the clay in, and I'm making sure I get the back of this very flat. So when I glue it onto my piece, you know, it's pretty flat. See, and here I am unveiling it, and presto. I'm using Tight Bond glue to glue these on. And I'm using an artist brush to get out the excess glue. I make sure I press these firmly, but not too hard to ruin the design. And then getting the excess off with an artist brush. And here I am with my sculpting tools. I'm just going to shape this top trim piece up to fit, and I'll manipulate it a little bit. And I have a little piece that I added on right there, and I just smooth it onto the existing air dry clay. And once this all dries, it is there to stay. I do make sure I get out all the air bubbles and everything underneath, and it is a tight fit. You don't want any air bubbles. You want the tightest fit so that you have the best adhesion. So here I am just making sure I get all those little air bubbles out from underneath. And there you go. Here I am applying some trim pieces to the front, adding that little touches of elegance. Once this dries, I will paint this black, wax it, and then I'll wax it with Annie Sloan's clear wax to seal the chalk paint, and then I will put my mirror waxes from Miss Lillian's on there. So I'm just smooth. I put a little bead on there to join these 2 pieces together to make them look like, you know, it was one seamless piece on the front of that. So now I'm going to let this dry, and then on to the transfer. I put this transfer from Redesign with Prima. It's called Meet Me in the Garden. And on the back of here, I did not wax the back of this yet. I put the transfer on unwaxed. Like, I did not wax the black paint yet, in order for the transfer to adhere as best as possible. And there you go. There is a finished look of the transfers and the purple waxes. I just think everything came out really beautiful. I really love this piece. I think it came out gorgeous. I could just imagine it in somebody's bedroom or in their dressing closet if you have like a big space. Freestanding in the living room so you can get to look at the gorgeous back of it. It's just a beautiful piece, very feminine, romantic. I'm really happy with the way it all came out, and I had so much fun doing it. Although I never start out with like a plan, I just start doing it and then it just evolves, and somehow, usually, it always works out. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please, if you can like and subscribe and help my channel. I am new to YouTube, but I hope to be bringing more content and instructional videos. This was my very first one, so it's not the best, but hopefully I will get better, and I hope you enjoy this. Thank you so much, and please, again, like and subscribe.